Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of your 1-5 geometric sequences. So glad you guys are here. Let's take a look. This is part B. This is continuation of my other videos. Shout out to 7th period. Oh, you guys are great. Explicit formula for geometric sequences. A reminder, it is where you have an R instead of a D. A is your first term. R is your common ratio, and n minus 1 is what you are trying to find. Okay? So make sure you write that in your notes. So let's take a look at an example. It says find the 9th term in a geometric sequence. So before you start, you need to make sure that it is a geometric sequence. And to double check, you will always divide. So, for example, to find your R, because that's the first thing you want to do, is you take the one term and the term in front of it and you divide. Negative 80 divided by 40 is negative 2. Okay? Do another one. Don't stop just at 1. 40 divided by negative 20 is negative 2. You're starting to see a pattern? Try to do at least 3, not just 2, okay? So next one over. Negative 20 divided by 10 is also negative 2. And you're starting to see a pattern. In other words, I'm multiplying up by negative 2 every time. And that is your R. Now that you find your R, you can use the formula that you have learned right here and plug it in. N is the term you're trying to find, the final term, okay? So you could keep going where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's your 9th term. You can keep multiplying by negative 2. So you could do it like this as well. Just letting you know. But we're going to use the formula in our case. And then you can double check, okay? All right. A sub 9, I'm looking for the 9th term. Your first term is negative 5 times your R. Your R is negative 2, the 9th term minus 1, just like that, okay? So I'm going to type it in on our calculator, as you see in front of you. Negative 5 parentheses, negative 2, type it just like you see it, raised to, this is the one you push to go up, okay, to your exponent, 9 minus 1 in parentheses. Oops, I forgot to, there you go. Or you could go ahead and subtract that and give you 8. Negative 5 times negative 2 raised to the 8. These two are the same thing. See that? So your 9th term is negative 1,280. Okay? Let's do it this way, see if we get the same answer. Negative 80 times negative 2. So this one is 160 times negative 2, negative 320 times negative 2, 640 times negative 2, negative 1,280. You see how you have the same answer? So this way wasn't bad, but what if you were looking for the 957th term? You want to use this method. So know your methods. All right. Let's find the 9th term of this sequence. Remember your formula is A sub n equals your first term times your R. Okay. In arithmetic we had a D. N minus 1. All right. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's find our R first. 64 divided by negative 16. I'm going to clear my calculator so you can see what I am typing. All right. 64 divided by negative 16 is negative 4. Let's do another one. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. You're starting to see a pattern. So R is your negative 4. So 9th term, A sub 9, equals the first term times your R, 9 minus 1. Okay? And what I like to do is I'll go ahead and subtract that and make that an 8. So let's type it in just like you see it. negative 1, parentheses, or times negative 4 raised to the 8th. So your ninth term is negative 65,536. And you can add a comma if you like, but I don't normally add commas. I usually use spaces. All right, now let's go ahead and do this part. Given the explicit formula, would you just learn, find the common ratio, okay? So let's see, we can look at this. You are given this, here's your first term, I'm going to change colors. Here is your R. The question says, find the common ratio. So which one is your common ratio? R is equal to 5. It always comes second. This one, R is equal to negative 4. Sometimes you'll see parentheses around this, same thing, okay? The star right there means the same thing as multiply. Your first term would be 3, and your first term here would be 10. What about this one? All right, now take a look. If you look at this one, there is a number in front of it that you do not notice. Now let's take a look. If you had an X, what number is in front of that X? 1X. Is that correct? Okay. If you had a number 5, what number is in front of that 5? A 1, because 1 times 5 is 5. So I want you guys to think about that as you look at this problem. So what do you think is going to be your first term here? Well, there's an understood 1 here. Did you see that? So your R here is actually negative 6, and your first term is 1. Take a look at this one. Do you see a pattern? So your R here would be negative 2, and your A would be negative 1, because there's an understood 1 right there that you have, guys, that you have learned in Algebra 1. So what's the difference here? The difference is this first term is the positive number. It's understood 1. Okay? This one, the first term is a negative 1 because you have a negative in front of it. All right. Okay. Now, your R cannot be a 1. Let me explain why. If you look at this one here, say your R is a 1. Okay? When you do the math, n minus 1, 1 to any power is 1. So if this 6 wasn't here, 1 to any power is always 1. So let me show you. 1 raised to the 8th is 1. 1 raised to the 1, 4, 5, 6 is 1. Did you guys see that? So your R cannot be a 1 in any of those cases. Next part. Given the first term and the common ratio, find the 8th term. So before you can find an 8th term, you have to actually write the equation first. So 8th term equals your first term times your R, 8 minus 1. So what is your 8th term going to be? I go ahead and make that a 7. Okay? Easier to type in. 10 parentheses 5 raised to the 7. So that is 781,250. Let's take a look. The 8th term, first term is 3. Your ratio is negative 6. 8 minus 1. So what is your 8th term going to be? Well, let's see. Go ahead and reduce that to 7. That just means the one before it. So 3 parentheses, negative 6 parentheses. Not negative. Not minus, okay? Make sure it says negative. Raised to the 7 is negative 839,808. Not too bad, right, guys? Make sure you know the difference between arithmetic and a geometric. That will be your Unit 1 test. Okay. Here's your assignment, guys. Lesson 1-5. I'm trying to make a key and put it over there for you so you will have it. Okay, have a great day. Please work on this assignment. Tomorrow's also a work day, but it'll be due. Thank you.